43 Victor Oscar Golf. Victor Oscar Golf 001. 43 Victor Oscar Golf 001. QSY to 500. 500. CQDX 43 Victor Oscar Golf South Pacific 9 Alpha Tango 791 on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific.
Good morning, good evening, 9 Alpha Tango 791, I think it's Joe, 43 Victor Oscar Golf 001 Ian in Victoria, Australia, mate, QSO.
Hey, good to hear you there, Ian. I thought that was you. I recognized your voice, buddy. Hey, you're sounding Q5. I just got in the radio room here. I was outside in the garden playing around, raking a few leaves up here and there you are, coming in Q5 as usual from Victoria, Australia.
I'll get it soon, buddy. But good to hear you coming in, mate. I put out a couple of calls this morning, Joe, but very, very quiet over here for me, mate. I've been out doing a bit of gardening and took the dog for a walk and all those sort of things. And yeah, it's been very, very quiet here so far this morning, Joe. I've heard one or two stations are very, very low down. You're the strongest one coming through, mate. To yourself.
Hey, yeah, save the flowers for yourself. We got you the strongest as well. Matter of fact, I think you're the only one in there. I had a little bit of chatter way in the background, but it could be some South American DX there, Ian. Yeah, we just got back a little while ago. We were in Victoria, the provincial capital. We were there for a couple of days. The missuses and I stayed in a hotel there and kind of hung out in Victoria. Beautiful, nice weather. We got a sunny day here. Definitely getting a little cooler at this time of the year. It's about 12 degrees, 12, 13 degrees Celsius here on the Gulf Islands, QSL.
And Victoria, so that was my location over here, mate. But yeah, I think last time I spoke to you not long ago, it was 42 temperature for this time of the year for the summer, mate. 32 in just the last few days, getting up to 24, 26, 27. So we're sort of hovering around those temperatures, mate. Just around the WS this way. Beautiful, clear, sunny. Centigrade, so we're at 20 degrees, and as it gets into the afternoon, mate, forecast anywhere 24 to 27, mate, so another beautiful day in paradise.
Okay, and that's it. I'm jealous. I think I need to pack my bags and hop on the next Qantas flight to Australia there, man. Actually, I've flown Qantas several times to the Hawaiian Islands. I don't know if Qantas is still a thing, but that used to be a very good airline to fly, Qantas there, QSL.
Side were very disgruntled and took off. So ever since then, mate, they've had pretty bad issues with. Before COVID, all I could say was everything was always spot on time for me, and really, really happy with the service. But after it really went downhill, mate. And Virgin, who's the only other main competitor, Virgin Australia over here, definitely a little bit better, mate. Where
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ian, because I really enjoyed Qantas. That was actually one of my favorite airlines. I've flown a lot of different airlines into the Hawaiian Islands, and few times, I'm going to say there and back, so a total of 6 times I've flown Qantas, and the service was exceptional. The people on the plane were nice. It was just a really nice airline to fly. I'm sad to hear that they kind of went downhill after the after what happened there. And I know, I think a couple of other airlines in Canada might have been the same way after after that COVID stuff there, QSL.
791-001. Yeah, I would believe it would be all around the world there for sure, Joe. I was flying weekly. I was on a plane in 6 days, so that was my roster. And I've been a flyer for 20 years, mate. 20 years of just doing fly-in, fly-out work. Definitely noticed it, and you just see the disappointment, and all the time we think with the airport crowd going, flights delayed and then cancelled, and the one thing with Qantas though, mate, when the flights were cancelled, they did put you up in accommodation and give you vouchers, taxi vouchers to get there and whatever. But with me, when it happened, it was always, by the time I got the taxi, I got the accommodation address, got the taxi, got there, got in the bed, 2 hours or 3 hours later, out of bed, shower, and back to the airport to catch the next flight there, mate, over.
Oh my God, sounds like you've done a lot of flying. Holy smokers. Yeah, I haven't flown since, the last time I flew was December, probably mid-December 2019 was the last time I went to Maui, just before kind of the start of everything, when it kind of thing went sideways. So I haven't flown since, so I'm ready to get back on a plane and fly somewhere tropical. We did go on a cruise. We definitely did go on a cruise in May up to Alaska, which was really nice. It was kind of our first vacation since everything happened there, QSL.
791-001. Yeah, copy that, mate. I wasn't sure. I've got a lot of info on you, mate, from Wendy and your location and things like that. But I didn't get off you if you were still working there, Joe. If you were still out there working in your age, I didn't grab that one there, Joe. To yourself.
No, I retired. I retired in November 2020. I think it was 2021. Yeah, November 2021. It was actually my last day of work. I worked for the government. I worked for the Parks Department for years, and my last day of work was end of October 2021. But because I had so many holidays banked, my official last day with the Parks Department was the end of November 2021. And then I took a whole year off. I retired at 57, took a whole year off. And then, when you live on this small island, you get people asking you if they want to work for them. And I can be picky and choosy now because I'm retired. So just about November 1st will be 2 years. I took on a job as maintenance behind the scenes at a big grocery store chain on southern Vancouver Island. And one of those grocery stores is here. And I work Tuesday to Thursday. And I start early in the morning. I start at about 5:15 in the morning, and I'm done at 11:15 a.m. in the morning. So I only work 6 hours there, Ian, Tuesday to Thursday. And, I'm there. The 30 to 40% off groceries really does help there, QSL.
791-001. I do remember now, mate. I do remember our first QSO. You were telling me about that. Sorry, mate, it's just your memory and things, but you brought it back to me. About some of the plants and things like that when you're in the forestry, about some of the Australian plants you've got over there, mate, trees and things. So we did have a little bit of a chat about that with, I think at the time I was out, it's getting more now, getting quite a bit of fire when we got onto that one there, Joe. So I do remember you telling me about that, about the grocery store job, mate, and it all come back to us starting to talk about it, QSL.
Yeah, QSL, most of the time I can't even remember what I did yesterday, my friend, but it's funny, I can remember what I did about 20 years ago. It's crazy. I guess that's what happens when we get older. But yeah, no, I enjoy the job. I'll be there tomorrow morning. I didn't work today. I took today off because I was in Victoria, the missus and I, so we just got back today. But I'll be there tomorrow and Thursday, and then I get another 4 days off. So it's kind of nice, and that's a social thing. I work with a lot of nice people, and I do enjoy doing the maintenance, and no, it's good, and like my missus does like the 30 to 40% off the grocery bill there, QSL.
Your basic needs, bread, milk, eggs, and all those sorts of things. skyrocketed, and the cost of everything, mate, all the food, petrol, everything that's cost of living, you know, really skyrocketed, and that's all been since the COVID too, mate. Yeah, everyone wants more money in wages, and then, you know, the farmers are getting short cut all the time, and I never thought it'd get as bad as it has in such a short period of time. I know we've always had increases, but, you know, the government's putting up, well, even the registrations, and government's putting up taxes more and more and more, and I think I told you last time, but they brought out a brand new tax, and they called it a land tax, LAND, to cover costs of COVID, the money they handed out to everybody, you know, all the poor and all that, through COVID. They thought they would get it back from the middle class, and, you know, I call myself middle class. They just decided to throw a tax on me, called a land tax, to pay for the government's COVID funding. I thought, well, land, COVID, two different situations, mate, but called a land tax, Joe, over.
Yeah, they do that same sort of bullshit up here in Canada. As far as I'm concerned, the government up here is corrupt as hell. I can't stand them, and the only ones making money is the government. It seems like they take they're taking from everybody. They're making more and more. They tax the living bejesus out of us. The taxes here are so high, it's not even funny. And also the gas prices. I filled up today off island near Victoria at 164.9 a litre. 164.9 a litre. On our island here, we're about 174. I think we're 174.9 a litre because we're on a smaller island and everything has to be shipped here. But the price of petrol goes up because everything has to be trucked and brought in by boat. Then the price of food goes up as well there, QSL.
Pretty bad by the government, that's for sure. And I was just thinking, that wasn't a bad price, but you're US dollars, so I'm paying at the moment our unleaded price is about $1.85 a litre. The diesel's gone up to about nearly $2 a litre, and around the COVID time once again, mate, petrol did go up just over $2 a litre for just your unleaded petrol, so it has come down a little bit, but yeah, that just fluctuates up and down at the moment, mate. It's like from 179 to 185. That's what it's been like for quite a while there, Joe, over.
Yeah, I know. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, no, we've gone up too. We kind of go up and down. I think it was last summer or into the spring, we're up around 217 a litre, and then they dropped it back down. I guess it's all supply and demand. I don't know. I just don't like the way they run things here, and I can't wait till they're gone. I'm looking forward to the election to get rid of Trudeau because I hate him.
Before he turns back, so just take that as a figure of speech, mate, and I took it to heart and I can understand exactly what he meant, so yeah, I don't trust any of them, the old kissing the babies to get votes and all the corruption, craps and lies and underhanded activities, mate. They're worse than half the underworld criminals out there, mate. Some of these politicians looking after himself for sure, there, Joe, over.
I agree 100%, and I agree with your dad 100%. My old man said the same. He thought the same way, my dad. They're all corrupt. They tell you what they want you to hear. You vote for them, and then when you get them in there, they do everything completely different. Your big votes coming up soon, so you've got the two main runners out there, mate. I won't say the names and everything, but wow, I would just go, no, I just can't vote. You know, but I don't have blood on my hands against him because I don't think either of them are any good. That's my opinion. So that just goes along with every
just me, but I can just see right through people that are sitting there telling you the blowflies will call it, and you know they're not going to do any good. Just like you said, they'll promise you the world and take away everything they can behind your back. So, yeah, it's just the way it is, mate. There is ways to do things a bit better, but they like to give away a lot of money, and the government don't have money, it's taxpayers' money. It's not their money, but they're pretty free-handed at giving it away. And the one thing I got my goat on not long ago is just what's happening overseas in Israel and things like that. Here's the government, we're going to give them millions of dollars for this and all that, you know. Well, once they all get handouts and things like that, mate, the dramas go on for a lot longer. If you weren't giving them a handout, they soon realise they're not getting it, and maybe the going round over there might stop.
I agree 100%, man. You and I are on the same page. I think exactly alike. You know, they just gave another so many billion away to something going on over there. And you know what? Keep that money in the country and help your own people, for God's sake. And you wonder why the country's so far deep in debt. They keep giving billions and billions of dollars away. And stop giving it. Nobody gives us any money. It's just, I don't get it, man. And like you say, a lot of these politicians, they want you to vote for them. They seem like the greatest people in the world, telling you what you want to hear. They tell you what they want you to hear. And you vote for these guys, and then they're in power for a little bit, and they don't do any of that stuff. They're all the same pile of crap.
791 001, 100%, mate, we're on the same page. Yeah, top of that agenda, mate, is, you know, look after your own backyard first before you go over and help the neighbours, you know, and that goes for just in your backyard and also your country. But over here, we got the same thing, mate. The unemployment's not super bad, and I've been lucky, I've been employed, and I can get a job if I want to go back. That's what I'm saying, semi-retired. And of course, there's people out there that can't, you know, they won't go into how they got in the situation, so they can't get housing and all that. But we're still bringing over so many people into the country, and they seem to walk into a house, and I like around this area, mate. I won't mention nationalities or races of that. All the time around in a flash car, but I think I told you last time I went to the bank one night, and there's young people from this country just wrapped up in some rugs and that near the auto towers, just trying to keep warm and out of the weather, mate. Yeah, look after your own people before you start bringing in all these people and going on about it, mate. It just goes back to when I was younger, and we'd go to school and whatever as a kid and come home. I don't even think we had keys to the house door, mate. The house was never locked, but I tell you what, if I'm out in the middle of nowhere, but if I go into town, which might take me 15 minutes, the house is locked up. There, QSO.
Same with mine, Ian. Same with mine. I never used to lock it, buddy. Never used to lock it. I'm about a 12 to 15 minute drive from town, and we're out in the boonies here, but still, you know what? Yeah, I know what you mean, man. It's not the way it was when we were younger. When we were younger, I always leave the door open. Even here, used to leave it open, unlocked. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of sketchy people around these days. A lot of people that are hard up, out of work, a lot of unemployed, and a lot of homelessness. They said this last year, more people used the food bank in Canada than any other year. The food banks are overflowing with people using it and actually running out of food there, QSL.
791 001. Yeah, copy that, mate. Hey, that's exactly what's going on over here too. And it's called the same thing, the food bank. And yeah, they mentioned about so many families that are going on for it now and still aren't, you know, still struggling to pay bills, mortgages or rent. And mate, I never heard of the food bank system over here 10 years ago. You know, people could just survive on what they got for like welfare payments and everything like that. But because all the big supermarkets and everything, everyone's starting to take more, like I'm middle class, and I feel the pinch as in, well, I thought I'd be a lot better off now. You know, I've worked ever since I was 16 years old, a lot of people way off. And if I'm thinking that things aren't too good, mate, there's people that have got nothing and really struggling to pay the rent. I feel sorry for them. But I don't blame them people. I blame the bloody government and bringing all these people into the country when these other people can get these other jobs, and there's clean-up jobs, there's easy work in the forestry industry and all that. There's cleaning up at the sides of the road, there's things where you can employ people to give them a heads up, and get building from people in this country look after your own country first. But I really am shocked at the billions of dollars you guys over there that you spend, there's a lot of military stuff and all that garbage that goes on. The money that your government hand out to other countries, it's really, it's a part of ruining your country there, mate.
I agree, man, 100%. And you and I are on the same page, and a lot of people I know are on the same page. They're just absolutely sick and tired of it. And a lot of people can't retire at 65 anymore. Usually people in this country retire at about 65 if they have enough money to survive. And I was fortunate I get a government pension because I did have a good government job. And then I get Canada pension. And then when you're 65, when you're 60, you get a CPP Canada pension. And I paid into it like you. I've been working since I was 14 years old, man. After schools, weekends, I used to work. And so I paid into that for a long time. So at 60, I started collecting that. And when you're 65, you can get that. But, if you haven't had, any full-time work over the years, you're not going to be getting that stuff. So these people, they struggle. There's a lot of people struggling here, and I see it. Some people have 2 or 3 jobs now. I see guys that are in their 70s, and they're working where I'm working. These guys are 72, 73 years old because they need to make that extra money to make ends meet, just to put bread and butter on the table still, just because the cost of living is so freaking high now. Isn't that crazy? And
definitely just behind you a bit on everything. I think we just follow you guys. That's where politicians get it all from. This is what they do in America. We'll do that. But, and some of my brother-in-law, two in particular, I spent a lot of time with, retire at 67. I don't know if I like that. They're paying us bills. Trade jobs, so just working in the foundry and those sort of things, and building industrial stuff. And I had a lucky break working in mining and that, so I could put a few more dollars away here and there. And they just worked the same sort of thing, mate, ever since they were young, and still paying off mortgages because the cost of living and kids through school and all that. Still around 60 years old or 60, 61 and going, I don't know if I'll be able to retire at 67. So, I feel bad for the kids too, mate. My kids are all out, they've got pretty good jobs for them, they've done well out of the school, teaching and things like that. So, they're still going to be working a lot longer than me, I think, mate. I hate to see what's going to happen in another 30 years, how it's going to be for them in the future there, Joe.
yeah, no doubt, Ian. I mean, kids nowadays, most of them rent or still live at home, or maybe rent a room from their parents because they can't afford to get a house anymore. The price of houses is expensive, and you have to make mega bucks just to afford one, just to get into the housing market. But my kids, they all have good jobs. They're all grown up. My youngest son is 24. My oldest son is just about 34. My daughter's 30, and they all have good jobs over on Vancouver Island. But they still rent. And I don't know if they'll ever buy a house, but at that age, I was already into the housing market. It was different. It was different when we were growing up, but nowadays a completely different story. And I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to be a young one growing up in this day and age. I'm glad I grew up when I did there, QSL.
Exactly the same. It was about the same for you over there as me. I couldn't wait to get out of the house, mate, and I did the same. I started an apprenticeship once I could, and when I said I started work at 16, I was working as a kid, paper rounds and, that sort of stuff in a milk bar. We used to have a lot of milk bars, quarter milk bars, used to stack the shelves and the cool rooms, and then at night time, and mop up the floors before they cut the the shop for the night, things like that. And then I got an apprenticeship at 16, so to be a tradesman at 20. I think I left home at 17, and this was a girlfriend, mate, who we could afford to get a flat. And, once my apprenticeship money was going up each year for the 4 years of the apprenticeship, got my licence at 18, and once I could drive, and that was it, mate. I could get a flat. That's the way I started it off. But it still took me quite a while, probably up to about 27, I think, before I took a mortgage on, mate. So still took a while, but I was, like I said, lucky with working in the mining these days. So if I hadn't been, I'd probably still be paying off a mortgage too, mate. Over.
Smart man, smart man. That's the way to do it, buddy. Then you're not paying interest to the bank, because there's some people that have mortgages for life. So good on you, Ian, man. You did a good thing. And it's a better feeling, when you got your money coming in. At least most of it is yours. Some of it still has to go to the government, unfortunately. It seems like the more we make, the more they take. That's what I say up here in Canada. And the only people getting rich are the people up on top. The people that are supposed to be working for us are the most corrupt. They're the government. So anyway, Ian, I should roll out here. I got to get into the house and just see what I'm going to be. It's my night for dinner. We kind of take turns for making dinner there, Wendy and I. And I'm just going to go see what we're going to have for dinner there. I'm thinking maybe tuna. I think maybe some tuna steaks for dinner, because I like tuna. So, and she likes tuna. So, hey, buddy, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And, you're pushing a good signal in here, 7 to 9, consistently, good audio. And it's always nice to talk to you, man. You're always sounding good from down under, buddy.
791-001, always a pleasure, mate. And I picked you out, as I was going to say, out of the crowd on the 555, but out of the open frequency, mate, you were the only one there, and I picked you out, and down it just to be 5 and 6, 5 and 7, just bouncing there, mate. But I'm having, just for the say, me and Wendy, also, Wendy and I'm having tuna sandwiches, mate, so nice cold tuna on just bread. So that's going to be my lunch today, mate. I already picked that one out this morning. I thought, I'm going to have that tuna. All right, mate. Well, you and Wendy take care, and we'll definitely speak again down the track, my friends, and much appreciated. Another good QSO. Look after yourself for now, Joe. 9 Alpha Tango 791. Your friend Ian, Victoria, Australia, 43 Victor Oscar Golf 001. Bye-bye, mate.
Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. Hey, you say hi to Wendy, too. Enjoy your tuna sandwich. That's funny. That's my Wendy's. One of her favorite foods or snacks is a tuna sandwich. She loves tuna, and she puts a little bit of mayonnaise with that, too, there. So, hey, buddy, cheers and beers, and hopefully we can talk sooner than later. And you have a good day down there, and enjoy the DX. Enjoy the warm weather. 43 Victor Oscar Golf 001 down there, Victoria, Australia. We'll talk to you soon, buddy. 9 Alpha Tango 791 out here in the Gulf Islands, waving.
Thanks, Joe. Bye-bye, mate. Take care.
Take care, buddy.